Hey, welcome back to Satyanglishi. My name is Manohar. How did you like the first episode of the series Rise of the Juggy Heads? Did it bring out some perspective? Did I put enough questions in your mind to be skeptical about the claims from self proclaimed gurus? Also, if you feel the video is too slow for your taste, please speed it up this way. And don't forget to check out the comments. The video is only half the experience, the rest is in the lively comments section. Before we look at another third bite from the juggy, I thought of clarifying my position and intent for making these videos to the viewers. Some have accused me of being hateful towards the juggy, which I'm not. I actually admire the man because he has exposed the gullibility and stupidity of my country's citizens who call themselves educated. He also proved that institutions of high repute are not exactly so, and by association, everyone graduating from such institutions are not necessarily bright enough. Anyway, we'll talk about that in the comments. All in all, I don't hate anyone, so shut the heck up. I'm amused at the gullibility of juggy heads who think that any criticism of any kind is hate. I couldn't care less. Some have accused me of using inflammatory language, which I own up to, because there is nothing more frustrating than hearing idiots who don't know an iota of science and think they can challenge anyone's criticism because Juggy said so. If you need proof of this statement, go ahead and see the comments section of other episodes of this Juggy Head series. Blithering idiots who have zero education about physical sciences think they can challenge any opposition by just appealing to what the Juggy said. No concept of debate or evidence or logical encounter, nothing. Satyanveshi is wrong because Juggy is right. Well, why is he right? Because Juggy talks to people from well-reputed institutions. Surely they're not idiots to entertain Juggy, right? 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 Dumb arguments like this are the reason for the inflammatory language, and sorry kids, no apologies for that. Some suggested me to tone down the language as it does not allow moderate and newbie juggy heads to reconsider their position because they get put off by being called an idiot. Now, this I can understand, but unfortunately, I have to respectfully reject the suggestion. It's a matter of taste and style of expression. When it comes to philosophy or talks about spirituality and consciousness, etc., I am pretty open minded and mellow in the questioning. But when the matter is provable and patently anti scientific nonsense, all bets are out the window. Believe me when I say I take out at least 40% of adjectives and words before the final production of a video. So, in a way, you are seeing a toned down version. I'm going to try a little more just because you asked. Okay, enough with the explanations. Let's get to the third bite of today. This is about Jaggi's description of why someone in the northern hemisphere should not sleep with their head pointing to the north direction. Let's hear it from the Jaggi.
So, such a strong pull is there from the North Pole that the very landmass is moving upward. And you know the magnetic pull, magnetic field, magnetic pull of the planet, North Pole and South Pole, you know all those things. Which substance does a magnet pull very easily? Iron. Suppose you are anemic and you go to your doctor, what does your doctor prescribe for you? Iron. So an important ingredient in your blood is iron. If you put your head to the north and sleep during the night when you're in horizontal positions, then slowly the blood will get pulled towards your brain. When there is too much circulation in the brain, you cannot sleep peacefully. It'll keep you disturbed, demons will bother you. It won't let you sleep. If you have any kind of, inherently weak aspects in your brain, or if you're of old age, You could die in your sleep. One can have hemorrhage because extra blood is trying to enter the brain where the blood vessels are hair-like. Something extra is being pushed because of the magnetic pull. When you're in a vertical position, this is not so. The moment you become horizontal, this pull on the head is so strong that slowly the blood tries to move towards the brain. So to avoid this is true only in the northern hemisphere. If you go to Australia, you should not put your head to the south. If you're in India, you should not put your head to the north. You can put it any other way, it's okay.
Okay, this is not a one-off thing. It's not like he said it once by mistake. He says it more than once, suggesting that he hasn't learned a damn thing, and not one educated juggy-head idiot told him to shut the hell up about the stupid explanation about Earth's magnetic field. Here's another clip of the same turd bite from another time.
Somewhere in that range. Every year, India is losing about 1.23 centimeters or something because it's crashing into the Himalayan range and it's piling up. Because the magnetic pull of the North Pole is slowly pulling all the land masses upward. So such a huge magnetic pull where the continents are moving up, that kind of magnetic pull is constantly in enforcement across the globe. Suppose you had a little bit of anemia. If you went to your doctor, what does he prescribe for you? So it seems to be like it's an important ingredient of your blood, yes? So if iron is floating around in your blood, and if I put a very powerful magnet to the top of your head, it is possible that slowly blood may start moving in that direction, isn't it? Let's say if it's a very, very powerful magnet, it may start slowly pulling it up because there is elements of iron in the blood. Your body is designed like this, that your heart, which is the pumping station of the circulatory system, is 3/4 of the way up, not halfway down, because it is difficult to pump against gravity, easier to pump towards gravity, so it's placed here. Generally, all the pipes that are flowing down are larger ones, what is going up are much finer ones. As it goes up here, they're almost hair-like. So minute that the circulatory system in your brain is such that if one extra drop enters there, hemorrhages will happen. People have strokes. So now you were like this, now you went like this. Already there is a little bit of imbalance in the system because heart was pumping, calculating the gravitational resistance. Now suddenly there's no gravitational resistance, you became like this, and now you put your head towards the north. Slowly, it gets pulled towards your brain. So one thing that could happen to you is you could have disturbed sleep. If you put your head to the north and sleep, you could have disturbed sleep, all kinds of dreams happening. If you are in your old age, it is possible that you can have a stroke or you could just die in your sleep. It's very much possible. Not that if you sleep one day you will fall dead. Every day, if your bed is arranged that way, that every day you're sleeping, put your head to the north, you are asking for trouble. Some kind of trouble, we do not know what kind of trouble you will get, that depends on the strength of your system. If it is weak, very weak, you may fall dead, or you may get a stroke, or you may just get disturbed sleep, you may just have nightmares, or during the day you act funny. So many things will happen because excess circulation is happening in the brain when it should not be happening, simply because you put your head to the north. So in case you go to South America, then you should not put your head to the south.
Okay, got it? So, what are the inferences from this third bite? 1. Blood is attracted to large magnets because blood has iron. 2. Earth is a giant magnet and it tends to pull the blood slowly to the head. Okay, what else did I miss? Oh yeah, the subtle threat that looks like he cares about you. Because the blood tends to stay in the head for longer periods, there may be a chance of death or illness or unease. By the way, do you guys know why this don't sleep with head towards north concept even a thing? Why is direction of head while sleeping even an issue? Some of you know, but on the off chance someone doesn't, here's the deal. Obviously, it is from religion and mythology. Like I said in the first episode, everything the Jaggi confidently proclaims as scientific is somehow to promote religion or his business or both. Now, mythology goes like this. Lord Shiva orders his crew to bring the head of any living thing that is sleeping with its head towards the north as a replacement to the head of the little boy that he cut off and vaporized with his third eye, because the little boy was defending the main door of the house of his mother, goddess Parvati, who, by the way, breathed life into this boy while her husband, Lord Shiva, was out on his work. If you're lost by now, let me bring you back. Right? Let's simplify this. An elephant was sleeping with its head to the north. Lord Shiva's crew lopped off its head and brought it to Shiva. Lord Shiva attaches the elephant head to the little boy's body, and thus Lord Ganesha has emerged. Read more about Lord Ganesha and how he got his elephant head on the internet, and you would love the symbolism and storytelling. I love it too, but it's a myth. So the myth develops further. Because the elephant was sleeping with its head to the north, it got its head cut off. And that's how the legend was born. Never mind it's a mythical story, but wasn't it a good thing for the elephant? It would have been just an ordinary elephant all its life and died, but suddenly the elephant gets to be a god because it slept with the head to the north. Isn't that what every god believer wants? The elephant didn't die, if you see. It just became a god. Why is that a problem? In fact, everyone should sleep to the north to attain the god status, right? Anyway, we digressed a lot into religion. Let's get back to the so-called scientific explanation that the Jaggi seems to offer to this ridiculous proposition. According to Jaggi, long-term exposure to Earth's magnetism is bad, supposedly, so try and avoid being aligned to the Earth's magnetic field. Seems like a well-intentioned advice, right? So what's the problem with it? Why do we have to be against a simple advice? Take it or leave it. Why do we have to dissect everything and make sure everything is correctly said? Surely the Jaggi didn't pronounce an edict or ruling or fatwa, right? He's advising. Isn't it just a choice? Some don't like to eat meat, some don't like to drink alcohol, some don't like to dress tight, some don't like to sleep with their head to the north. And Jaggi is just advocating not to sleep to the north, just like anyone may advocate not to eat meat. What is the big deal? Excellent points. I hear you, Jaggi heads. I hear you loud and clear. Well, here's my answer with two words. Precedent, gullibility. If it happens once, it has a probability of happening again. This is particularly true with people and behavior. If someone gets away clean with stealing, they get emboldened for another try, some other time in their life. Or at least they see nothing wrong with it. And they might even sympathize with someone else who has committed a minor theft. Similarly, if you believe one demonstrably false claim, chances are you will believe another demonstrably false claim also because of precedent. This is why you see people with multiple superstition at the same time. A guy who believes in lucky stones also believes in Sri Chakra. A guy who believes in pyramid energy also believes in astrology. And an idiot who believes in pranic healing also has sympathies or leanings towards numerology and other such rectum-derived hobbies. Right? These superstitions don't stay alone. You'll never see a guy who says, I believe only in lucky stones and I have no belief in absolutely anything else. You'll never see such a person. Why? Precedent. Also, you have granted Jaggi the status of guru. A guru cannot be wrong, correct? Guru won't give false teaching, correct? Guru must have done the research. If he is found lying, it would damage his reputation. So there is no chance of the Guru making false claims or lying. Correct? Wrong. The reason why a Guru can lie and will lie, and in this case he is patently, absurdly wrong, is because of his followers' another quality called gullibility. Gullibility is the tendency to believe anything that is said with authority. It's the tendency to get fooled or cheated easily. That's how you end up looking at your horoscope every day, even though tens of dozens of times the horoscope got it utterly and gloriously wrong. Anyway, let's now talk about why this claim is gloriously false and utterly wrong. So the inferences are, again, blood is attracted to large magnets because blood is iron. Earth is a giant magnet. It pulls the blood slowly towards the head. And because the blood tends to stay in the head for a longer period, there may be a chance of death or illness or unease. That's why you shouldn't sleep to the north. Right? Okay. Let's dissect the first one. Blood is attracted to large magnets. This is patently false. Half knowledge is a dangerous thing. And in this case, it is amusingly stupid. Blood has iron. That part is true. And our experience with iron is that it is magnetic, right? So it seems logical that blood is also magnetic to some extent, right? See, even if you have zero physics knowledge about diamagnetism, paramagnetism, and ferromagnetism, the stupid claim can be easily refuted and proved wrong. The iron in blood is not like the iron pieces that get attracted to magnets. The iron is part of a protein called hemoglobin, which gives the red color to our blood. The hemoglobin as a whole is diamagnetic, which does not interact with small magnets at all, and surprisingly, this blood is repelled by large magnets. Now, you could buy a large magnet from Amazon or Flipkart and get some blood, preferably animal blood, because I don't want you to hurt yourself and test it. But if you're lazy to do the test on your own, you have a good set of YouTube videos where Bill Nye and many others show the facts. Here is Brainiac75 showing that blood actually gets repelled by super strong magnets. Links are in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. So, blood is attracted to huge magnets like Earth is patently absurd and is proven false by experiment. Now, this is not the point of my concern. As most of us are not educated in physics or magnetism very much or didn't pay attention in our schools, normal people are allowed to be stupid sometimes. But what the hell is wrong with the idiots from prestigious institutions? Why do they give free pass to easily disprovable false claims? Is gullibility taught in those institutions? Anyway, let's get back. The clincher is the second inference. Jaggi says Earth is a giant magnet. Earth's magnetic field is keeping the moon in its orbit, so it must be a massive magnet then, isn't it? Well, if you're a simpleton, you would agree quickly. But I'm taunting the idiots who call themselves graduates of prestigious institutions where skepticism and rational thought and experimentation and scientific method are supposed to be taught. Earth is a giant magnet, no doubt. But the statement is misunderstood by almost everyone, especially who have no background in magnetism. Giant magnet doesn't necessarily mean strong magnet. The magnet is huge in size, but it's not strong. This seems silly, isn't it? Earth has to be a strong magnet, or else how can it hold the moon in place? Everything that we lift up has the tendency to fall down. An apple, a chair, a plane, everything has the tendency to fall down. Then why isn't it a strong magnet? Some of you who know the answer to this, keep quiet, and the rest of you keep watching. Okay, let me explain. Strength of magnetism has measurements. Just like distance can be measured in millimeters, centimeters, meters, kilometers, etc., and weight can be measured in grams, kilograms, tons, etc., magnetism is measured in Gauss and Tesla. 10,000 Gauss makes 1 Tesla, just like 1,000 millimeters make 1 meter, right? So 10,000 Gauss makes 1 Tesla. So when we say 0.5 Tesla, we are talking about 5,000 Gauss. When we say 1 millitesla, we're talking about 10 Gauss. Okay, fair enough. Let us see some strengths of magnets that we normally use in our daily life. Here is the table. Fridge magnets, they have strength between 50 and 100 Gauss, right? A strong fridge magnet is about 100 Gauss, which is about 0.01 Tesla. Loudspeaker magnet, the magnet that is present in your speakers, the boom boxes, etc., the loudspeaker, it is 24,000 Gauss, which is about 2.4 Tesla. A neodymium magnet, right, a coin-sized small magnet. These are toys, right? You could buy from Amazon or Flipkart or any other online store. So these are about 12,500 Gauss, which is 1.25 Tesla. A low-level MRI machine, right? A simple MRI machine is about 15,000 Gauss. The strength of it, of the magnetic field, is about 15,000 Gauss, 1.5 Tesla. A strong MRI machine for very specific purposes, still medical purposes, is about 30,000 Gauss, which is about 3 Tesla. Alright, now let us see what is the strength of Earth's magnetic field at surface. We live on Earth's surface, so we should be interested in the Earth's magnetic strength at the surface, right? That's where we sleep, right? All these items are held on the surface. The fridge magnets, the loudspeakers, the MRI machines, everything is held on the surface by Earth's magnetic field. So surely it must be a strong magnet, right? It should be having a greater amount of Gauss and Tesla, right? Well, here is the measurement. Surprised to see this? Earth's magnetic field at surface is weaker than your fridge magnet. In fact, the weakest fridge magnet is at least few thousand times stronger than Earth's magnetic field at surface. It is strange, right? How can a fridge magnet be more strong than Earth's magnetic field at the surface? There is sufficient science involved to be confident that the measurements are true. Obviously, I'm not here to give you a lecture about magnetism and all of its formulas. You could learn from the science websites and university websites which actually teach this stuff. But the claim that Earth's magnetic field has any effect on you because of your sleeping position is utter garbage. Here, let me give you one more shocker if you didn't realize it already. The AirPods or the in-ear speakerphones that you put in to listen to this video have magnets in them that are at least few thousand times stronger than Earth's magnetic field. Shouldn't you be more worried about the blood accumulating near your ears because of your headphone usage? Don't worry and don't throw out the headphones, they are safe, magnets wise. If you keep playing loud music in your ears, that's a different problem, but the magnets themselves have absolutely no effect on your brain. They have been thoroughly tested even in people who have metallic shunts with magnets installed near their brains for certain types of disorders, so they're pretty safe. Lots and lots of people get MRI tests daily across the world, and the magnetic field of MRI machines between 0.2 Tesla and 3 Tesla, which is at least a few hundreds of thousands of times more than Earth's magnetic field strength at surface. If you think about it, by Jaggi's logic, humans should explode inside MRI machines. Are they? Are they exploding? That's the dollop of religion the Jaggi wants to sell you on the side. Now we have to ask ourselves, is there a business angle to this turd bite? Turns out there is nothing, fortunately for now. So I searched for north, compass and found nothing. But when I searched for magnet, I found these little fridge magnets sold on Jaggi's online shop. Ironically, these fridge magnets have higher magnetic strength than the Earth's surface itself. So this one is for establishing undeserved credibility for a religious myth. Cool, isn't it? Another task for you, the viewer, is to try and figure out why your stainless steel spoon, which has nearly 11% iron content, doesn't stick to any magnet, but you are asked to believe by these fraudsters that the iron in your blood is affected by Earth's magnetism, when the total quantity of iron in a human body is just 0.008%. Try and find answers to these questions, and you might be on the path to understand why you shouldn't take anti-scientific bullshit from a moron with good English vocabulary. Write your answers in the comments below. Before we close, I can sense that some of you are just not convinced. Earth is such a huge, massive thing and it can hold the moon in orbit, but the magnetic strength is weaker than a fridge magnet? That doesn't sound right? So how do we clear this dissonance? It's clearly silly, right? We can't just tell people this is the way it is, deal with it, right? Well, that is the subject of our homework for this episode, who are interested in actually gaining knowledge. One clue I can give you is that Earth's magnetic strength is measured at its surface, but the actual magnet part of the Earth, the liquid metallic core, is far below underground, a few thousands of miles and kilometers below the surface. Meanwhile, the fridge magnet is directly in contact with the fridge. Got your clue? Now research a little more and please write your understanding in the comments below. Next up in this series, I will take a pot shot at Jaggi himself. In fact, I will reveal the tactics of all spiritual religious speakers and the methods they use to win over crowds and seem to silence the dissenters or doubters, tight slabs, the likes. I will take examples of Jaggi and the Joker Naik. Oh, my bad. Fakir Naik. Shoot, I need to get this right. Zakir Naik. There we go. And demonstrate to you how to survive in this Godman preacher business. Some of you might already know a few of the tactics, but trust me, you will learn at least a little more in my next episode in this series called Rise of the Jaggi Heads. So sit back, relax, and read the comments. It's going to be a hell of a show. Thank you all for the support. Subscribe and pass on the joy to others, and I will see you next time.